the successes that we're seeing is just incredible, motivating, and we have lots of new things coming out the next few months that's really exciting, so stay tuned. All right.
Almost forgot to unmute myself, and I almost forgot to record. So we are recording for anybody that's gonna watch the replay later. Brian, are we ready to get started with your, I know you've got a little presentation for us.
Yep, I'm ready when you're ready.
All right, so at this point, I won't be able to let anybody else in from the waiting room, so I'll go ahead and make you the host. Let me see here, speaker view, Brian, make host. All right, you should now have screen sharing abilities, which means you also have control over muting people. You have all the power right now.
Okay.
And while you're getting set up, I'm just going to read some of the comments in the chat. Everybody's saying hello from where they're from. New Hampshire, New Braunfels, Texas, Buda, Texas, Northern Virginia, Louisiana, Minnesota, Buda, Austin, Texas, Utah, Massachusetts, Nashville, San Antonio, Texas. We're in 38 states now, Brian. Team LeBry lovers.
Wow.
All of our generations of executives. California, Arizona. So cool.
Excellent. Can you see my screen okay?
Not yet.
Okay. Let's see here. What did I not do? Okay, I hit share screen, and I'm sharing screen 2. You can't see my screen yet? Oh, here we go. I got to hit the share button. There we go.
So
Okay.
There we go.
Now can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay. All righty. So here we go. Just so you know, this is a presentation or a variant of a presentation that I do at convention every year with the men's meeting, we call it, men's or supporting partner, whether it's your sister, your child, your mother, whoever, a supporting person, just to give them a little bit of background on LeBry and the philosophy of our business. So what we're going to cover today is what is direct selling, direct selling stats, U.S. personal care product stats, direct selling versus multi-level marketing and what that means, and is direct selling or LeBry a pyramid scheme? Of course it's not, but I'll give you the details. Also, let's see, that we're growing and how and why we're growing. Then we're going to talk about where does the money come from. I think everybody wants to hear about that. How do you make money and where it is? And our proven formula for success, the LeBry lifestyle, what makes LeBry unique, and what you as a supporting partner can do to help. So what is direct selling? It's a method of moving products from a manufacturer to consumers with less middlemen. It's buying products from a trusted friend. And here are some stats. Over $36 billion in sales done by 20 million salespeople. This is just in the United States. And most are just selling a little bit. Direct selling is really big business. Revenues exceed those of all major sports leagues like basketball, football, baseball, and hockey, which total about 25 billion. So when you think of direct selling, it's really a big business. I know a lot of people I've met over the years, oh, is that like Tupperware or is that like Mary Kay? You know, they think of it as a little tiny business, but in reality, over 36 billion. It's amazing. And direct selling has been around for over 100 years. The first direct selling company was started in 1886 by David McConnell. It was called the California Perfume Company and later on became Avon. Of course, everybody's heard of Avon, I'm sure. And here's the U.S. retail sales in billions over the last bunch of years. So as you can see, direct sales continues to grow. And so, and in today's economy, more than ever, our type of business model is even more popular. And same with the salespeople or consultants. Some of them call them distributors. We, of course, call them consultants. The number of people involved keep growing. So keep on sponsoring. More people need what we have. In 2019, this is personal care product sales. And for those that might be watching this recording later, personal care products is what we specialize in, like cleansers, shampoo, moisturizers, body care products. That's the personal care product category. In 2019, sales were over $69 billion, up over previous years. So that market continues to grow as well. So in other words, we're at the right place at the right time with the right products. And natural type products are most in demand. And of course, we specialize in aloe vera natural type products with more natural ingredients. A LeBri gig, I'm sure we've all heard the term gig lately, right? A LeBri business is the perfect side gig to earn some extra money. So let's talk about the gig. Right now we're in the gig economy. The American economy is an exciting transition that will truly benefit the direct sales industry. In some parts of our economy, a shift towards a different style of work is emerging, often referred to as the gig economy. If you've never heard of the term gig work, it's basically a buzzword for describing an independent contractor or a part-time job, similar to driving for Uber or being a freelance copywriter. Gig is slang for live musical performance, originally coined in the 1920s by jazz musicians. I got a gig this weekend. I have friends that still do that today. I'm sure we all know somebody that does that. And millennials, the generation credited with changing everything from housing to marriage, are gravitating towards gig work for the promise of greater work-life balance. We all want that, right? And baby boomers, my generation, and other generations on the brink of retirement are drawn to gig work because it brings a little extra income without a major time commitment. So in other words, we have something for everybody, every generation. Now let's talk about direct selling compared to multi-level marketing. Multi-level marketing is mostly personal use, then recruiting others to use the products too. That's been the philosophy for many, many years. Direct selling is mostly sales to end-user retail customers. Much is sold through home parties, nowadays online parties, which are more successful than the home parties ever were, and one-on-one meetings with people. Retail sales to customers is the primary way LeBri consultants earn money and meet others who may become LeBri consultants as well. Many MLMs or multi-level marketing companies, most of the sales go to the distributor or the sales rep, and many of them have what is called auto ships, meaning you sign up and you commit to getting X amount of products every single month. And we don't really have that in LeBri, except for our one multivitamin product. But we don't have auto ships part of our marketing plan. Many times these products and companies, the products are priced at a retail level for a marketing plan more so than for an end user retail customer. Direct sales in LeBri, 80% of our sales go to end user retail customers and 20% go to the consultants for their own personal use. Is direct selling a pyramid scheme? So if you haven't heard it yet, you probably will someday. And the answer is no. The FTC, or Federal Trade Commission, states a pyramid scheme is when all earnings are based on the recruitment of others, not based on product sales to customers. So you can see more information about this by going to ftc.gov and type in pyramid scheme, and you would be able to read much more information about this. but there's no way we're anything close to a pyramid scheme. Again, partly because 80% of our sales go to end user retail customers. LeBri is growing, always has been growing. Well, except for that little spot in the middle. You see the chart? I don't know what happened in those years. Must have been something Linda did. But anyways, we've been growing steadily and we continue to grow, and we're having another record-breaking year this year. For the past 10 years, LeBri continues to have annual sales growth an average of 11%. And so far in 2020, we're way ahead of 2019, and it's going to continue to grow. LeBri products, one of the main reasons we're growing is our natural aloe vera personal care products. We have better ingredients, healthier ingredients, affordable prices. We priced our products so everyone can afford LeBri products. Women and men buy them over and over again, so we have incredible repeat sales. Our products are considered consumable, which people buy over and over again. We have one of the highest percentage of repeat sales in the direct selling industry. Why is that? Because we have healthy aloe vera-based products with better ingredients, and consumers are becoming more aware of ingredients and reading labels, which helps us. We have incredible testimonials. I would recommend, if you haven't seen them, you go to LeBri.com, you scroll down on the main page, and you'll see LeBri testimonials and read them. They're just incredible, life-changing stories. We also have incredible customer service. I think a lot of you, most all of you would agree. We're so proud of our customer service team. They take care of you, your consultants, your customers, and do such an incredible job. Our generous marketing plan, where people can make a little bit of money, they can make a lot of money, or anything in between. And many of our top leaders in LeBri are driving a free LeBri Nissan and earning free vacations every year. Our business model and products creates a recession-proof, economy-proof business and products, because when times get tough, people may cut back on this or cut back on going out to eat, but they don't cut back on their personal care products. It's called the lipstick effect, where it's been proven over many, many, many years that in challenging times, people will continue to buy their lipsticks, buy their shampoo, etc. So it's a great place to be. And our consultants and leaders receive recognition for their efforts, and you don't get that in a lot of jobs. So now let's talk about, where does the money come from in LeBri? It starts with holding shows, parties, we call them parties or shows, either online or in person when that happens again someday, or just showing the catalog or handing out catalogs, or selling one-to-one, meeting with people one-to-one in a coffee shop or in a home or anywhere. And our repeat sales, you earn the same amount of commissions from new sales as you do with repeat sales. And duplicating yourself or sponsoring others. That means you're a LeBri consultant and you sponsor someone else to become a LeBri consultant, you earn a commission of what they sell. And so should you, right? Duplicating yourself or sponsoring others is the key to building a big LeBri business and the key to moving up in our marketing plan and earning higher commissions. It's like opening up another store. You earn money from your other stores. Doesn't that make sense? I'm looking over at you. Everybody's got to shake their head. Okay, good. This money that we pay consultants for sponsoring is our advertising dollars. We don't do any traditional advertising like all companies do. We put that money into the consultants' hands for sponsoring, because we wouldn't have them if it wasn't for you, the sponsor. And so you should earn a commission. So where does the money come from? It comes from selling the products. Consultants who start out earn 23%. So if you sold $100, you'd make $23. But when you move up in our marketing plan, you make higher percentages, higher commissions. When you move up to supervisor, now you make 30%. When you move up to manager, 35, and executive manager, where the big money is, you earn 40%. So instead of 23, now you're selling $100, you're making 35 or 40% on that same sale and all the repeat sales. So move up by sponsoring others, you get paid for sponsoring others and higher commissions. Okay, now let's look at an average show. Our average shows are about $500. A consultant at her 23% would earn $115, supervisor $150, all the way up to executive managers at $200. So when you move up, you get paid more for doing the same work. So with consultants earning 23%, example, on one average show of $500, she earns $115, like we just said. Now imagine holding 6 shows in a month. Now you're making almost $700. So what a great side gig to offer to somebody. Hey, would you like to earn an extra $700 a month? What could that do to your family's income? Well, hold 6 LeBrai shows in a month and you've got it. But when you move up, now you're making $150 on that show. Now, when you hold the 6 shows in a month, now you're making $900. So that's an incredible raise by moving up to supervisor for doing the same amount of shows. And here's an example. As a consultant, when you sponsor someone here, you earn 3% of what they sell. Okay, that's good. You don't earn anything if they sponsored anyone, but you will. That's coming up. And then when you move up to supervisor, now you're earning 4% on those you sponsored. Okay, it was just 3. And now you're going to earn 1% on those they sponsor. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. Pretty simple to understand, I hope. But we're going to keep moving up. So now you're going to move up to manager. And now you get another raise. Now you make 5% on those you sponsored and 1% on everyone else in your organization to infinity. Okay, so this can turn into a really, really big number. Okay, next we have executive manager, and this is the sweet spot in our marketing plan. This is where all the highest commissions are. If you're interested in making as much money as you can, you want to become an executive manager, because here now you're making 10% on those you sponsored, okay, and 5% on every other level in your organization. How exciting is that? And this can turn into some really, really big numbers, big incomes for you. Okay, let's look at an example. So now we're going to look at an executive manager, Amber Juslin. Some of you may know of her. And she was a nurse for many years, joined LeBrai, and started having tremendous success, ended up quitting her nursing job and doing LeBrai full-time, and makes a ton of money and helps a lot of people. It's pretty exciting to see. Now, this is not typical, okay? So the lawyers remind me, you know, not everybody's going to make this kind of money, but it is possible. Many of you can. So we're going to look at a particular month. This was, I think, last year in April or May. Amber sold $9,000 in the month with new orders and repeat orders. That seems like a big number, but she's not the only one selling that kind of numbers in LeBrai. $9,000 at 35%, so there's $3,100 she earned in that month. And then she got all the monthly bonus payouts, you know, for sponsoring people and all the people in her organization. That ended up to be $12,400 in a month. So, oh my gosh, that's incredible income. So her total monthly income was $15,585. Again, this is not typical, but it is doable. And we'll take a quick look at where the money came from. Sponsoring bonus is $1,900, so that was the people she personally sponsored. Then remember that 5% on to infinity on everyone? There was another $4,000. Then she helped create other executive managers. She got 4,000 for that. And then here's something else that's pretty cool in LeBri, is a program called Show Me the Money. And you can read more about that later, but Amber always earns Show Me the Money every month. There was another 1,700. So that's where all that income came from. And of this income, 34% of it came from other executive managers she helped create. That's just a blow up of the same thing. So become an executive manager and create many other executive managers is where the really big money is. It's duplicating yourself. So you become an executive manager, then you create other executive managers. Duplication is the key to this business. Even as a brand new person, you become a consultant, now you duplicate yourself and create other consultants, and then keep doing that as you move up. And it's all about moving products, selling products. You don't get paid, you don't get earn any money by just sponsoring people. You only earn money when they sell products. So it's all about volume, moving products, your personal sales, then your group sales. We call the sales is the same thing as volume. And you earn a percentage on all this volume. There's an old saying that says, I would rather earn 1% on lots of people than 100% just on me. And that'll make more sense as we go through this presentation. If somebody were to say, I want to make $5,000 a month, well, you need to move about $50,000 a month in products. Now that sounds like a big number, but if you're selling, pick a number, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 yourself, and then you have others doing that, and have others doing that, you can see where you can get to $50,000. It's not all just you, and then you're making $5,000. If you say to yourself, I want to make $2,000 a month, well then you sell your 2,000 or 3,000 a month and have your group volume be about 20,000. I call it the 10% rule. And here's a good example of how your business looks, or it can or will look. This is you in the middle as the tree trunk. You know, this is your tree, and you're the tree trunk, and you, let me get my mouse here, you sponsored these people, right? Okay. And then they sponsored some people, and they sponsored some people, and on and on and on. And it's all about duplication. And now all of a sudden, you're at your $50,000 a month in total sales from everyone everywhere, and you're making $5,000 a month, approximately. So after that, then, remember I said you want to become an executive manager and then start creating executive managers. So anywhere in your tree, your family, your organization, however you want to call it, you want to find and help and promote an executive manager. And when that happens, she comes out from your tree and she starts building her own tree. Okay? And so remember Amber, 34% of her income came from executive managers that promoted from her organization. Oops, I went the wrong way. So there we go. As a consultant, supervisor, or manager, most of the income, your income, comes from selling products. As a top executive manager, most of your income comes from override bonuses that you earn on those in your group. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. I have a little diagram to help that. So here, as a consultant, most of your income is going to come from selling products, okay, because you're just getting started, you're starting to sponsor, but now when you become a manager, for example, there's a shift. Your 75% of your income comes from selling products, and 25, these are approximates, by the way, and as you continue to grow, most of your income now, as a top executive manager, most of your income comes from your group and the bonuses you earn on your group, because you can only sell so much, right? Pick a number. You could sell 3, 4, 5, 10,000 in a month, let's say, maybe. You can't personally sell. I shouldn't say you can't. We've never seen it where someone sells $50,000 themselves. Okay, but their group can do $50,000 or $100,000 or more. Okay, so where does the money come from? I think all of you already know, but this is probably more for someone who's newer or will see this recording, but these are consultants that sell product. They sell $3,000, $2,000. Many of them sell $1,000. Some of them sell $300 a month, some $500, and everywhere in between. So products sell themselves. Many consultants tell me, oh, the Labri products sell themselves. They really do. So here's some examples of some bigger sellers. So executive manager, as I said before, is where the big money is, and that's where you earn the highest commission for selling products and the highest bonuses on the other consultants that you sponsor and who they sponsor. In fact, up to 5% on all of it. So if your group is doing, that's where we had the up to 5%. So if you were doing, crunch the numbers, whatever your group is doing, you're going to get 5% on to infinity, remember, plus you're getting 10% on those you personally sponsored. So it can really add up. Okay, so now, what can you do as a supporting partner to help your Labri consultant? And this is what I've seen over the years and what I've helped coach other husbands is help around the house, help with the kids or the meals, offer encouragement, because sometimes somebody doesn't show up or they didn't buy anything. So it's encouragement goes a long ways. Who helps out? And I'll want to hear from Melissa, and maybe Ryan can say what he does, what helps out. And Melissa, if you have any others that you know what the spouses do or significant other, what they do to help. So we're going to hear about that. Another thing you can do as a spouse is tell your friends and coworkers about Labri, offer samples, have catalogs and business cards with you, and just share the Labri business. Asking people if they have skin challenges that they haven't been able to solve and how Labri could help. I mean, you can learn this stuff. It's not really that hard. It's not rocket science. And everybody has skin. And let's say you want to take it a step further and help out even more. Then learn how to place orders for customers. Learn how to place an order for your significant other, how to place that order. Learn how to set up shows or parties that gets done in the business center. There's other computer things you can do. Learn the marketing plan and all the bonuses that we just talked about, because a new consultant might have questions and you could answer those things. You can explain the marketing plan, certainly the basics of it. Read our monthly newsletter so you're engaged and you see what's going on. You see new promotions, what new products, you see what other people are doing. You read the testimonials of consultants that are promoting and moving up. It's pretty exciting. And help new consultants learning all the stuff we just mentioned. So there's a lot you can learn and help with new consultants, and it's pretty easy to do. I did this and much more for my wife, Linda, when we were sales consultants in the field, just like you guys. I would do as much as I could, the mechanical things, the easier things, so she could go out and do the most important things like selling products, holding parties, sponsoring people, training people. That's the real important stuff. I would do the stuff that was easy, so she had more time to do the important stuff. Another thing that's really important if you want to really grow a big business is to start dreaming a little bigger. You can see that this business is for real. People are making incredible incomes, having incredible successes, so it's the real deal. You can make an above average income. Linda and I did it when we were consultants, and many of you are doing it today and setting records and incomes like I've never seen, some part-time, some full-time, everything in between. So you don't have to settle. You can have more if you want more, but you need to dream. You need to make it happen, you have to have dreams and goals, and you have to know what you want. We suggest that you write it down. Write down your goals. I know Melissa does this and teaches it. Make a vision board or a dream board. Cut out pictures and put them on your refrigerator of a vacation or a new home or retirement or whatever it is that's important to you. Go out and drive a dream car, like a Labri white Nissan. go drive a Nissan, or go, if you like a sports car, go look at sports cars. And imagine, you can have those and more, but you need to go out and drive them and look at them and think about it, because it's doable. I don't know if you have a parade of homes in your area. I think most do, but go to the parade of homes in your area that they showcase new homes and look at them. Yeah, it's probably out of sight for now, but the day may come when you might be able to build your dream home or buy your dream home. So see what's out there. Go to the travel agency and look at the trip of your dream. Get the catalog or the brochure, whether it's Hawaii or Europe or whatever you want to do, and know that you can do it with LeBri, but you can also take some incredible vacations for yourself and your family. It's all doable with extra income. So how do you do it? How do you have the LeBri lifestyle? You consistently hold 4 to 6 parties a month. That's every month. Some do more. Some nowadays with the Zoom parties are doing 10, 15 a month, but consistently holding at least 4 or 6 or more parties every single month. Sponsoring 2 or more new consultants per month. When you do that, you will continue to earn more money each and every year, but you need to do this consistently. You'll most likely earn the LeBri trip, and you'll probably earn the LeBri car by doing these 2 things, doing them regularly, consistently. And when you do that, it ends up being a beautiful way to live. I think some of you have heard that before, right? So there you have it. That's my presentation. So happy to answer any questions from anybody.
Thank you, Brian. That was fantastic. Yeah, we've had a few questions pop up in the chat, and I know a few people had their questions on the side, but first I just want to say thank you. Do you want to continue to share your screen, or do you want to pass it back over and I'll Brady Bunch record everybody?
Yep, you can. Let me see, I'll stop sharing here. Okay, there we go.
Awesome. And then can you make me the host again? Can you click on the 3 dots by my picture and make me the host?
Okay. Let's see. Make host. There we go. And yes, you got it.
Awesome. Okay. So I know there were a couple of questions that were asked in the chat, and I think I'll ask them just so they don't get lost. And they were questions before this. So how do you duplicate yourself? That's been a really big question. Is that a question you can answer, Brian?
Sure. So let's start at the very beginning. You sign up as a new LeBri consultant, and you're holding shows, selling products, and now you want to duplicate yourself. And how you do that is to sponsor someone else. And that someone else could be your hostess, one of your customers, a friend or family member, a neighbor, coworker, anybody. So when you sponsor someone else, they're going to do what you do, right? They're going to sell products, hold shows, sample people. You've now duplicated yourself. So that's the very beginning of duplicating yourself. So now you're going to keep sponsoring, keep holding shows. You're going to then move up in the income plan. Now you're going to become a supervisor, okay? So now you're going to help the consultants that you sponsor become a supervisor. Now you just duplicated yourself again. And then as you move up, you become a new level and you help others do the same thing. So that's the whole philosophy of duplicating yourself. And the big picture, as I mentioned, is you become an executive manager, the sweet spot, and now you help create other executive managers from within your organization.
So what I heard you say, they first have to be doing their own shows, talking to their own customer base, getting their feet really grounded in that first, and then just sharing what they're doing with other people. And then Lindsay Ginkgo told this to me years ago. She said, you have your own business, but you're never alone. And that was her way of saying, like, stay connected to your executives, your mentors, your team, like learn from other people's creativity and what works for them too.
Yep, very good. You're in business for yourself, but never by yourself.
There you go. In business for yourself, but never by yourself. I like that. And then another question that popped up, and I think this is common, one of the whole reasons we had this Zoom, what if the spouse isn't supportive?
Sure, sure. Well, have them call me. I mean, you can't force that. I guess one of the things you could do, because a lot of the men I've met over the years have said, initially say, oh, what are you getting into? Oh, my sister used to sell X and she lost money, or is it going to cost you a lot of money? What do you have to do? One of the ways to really help show a husband is to show the money. Show me the money. And when you go out and do some shows and sell some product and make some money, you show them. Well, I just made whatever. Remember, as a consultant, $115 at one average show. So there's $115. And what did you have to do? You didn't have to spend a lot of money. Unfortunately, there's been some other businesses like ours where people have like bought a lot of inventory or had to have a lot of auto ships and they got a closet and basement full of products. Well, we don't do any of those things. You buy a kit and you're off and running. So you don't have to even get samples or catalogs. We take care of that too. So I guess showing the money is probably one way, or answering questions like, what is the concern? Are you concerned I'm going to be gone too much? Are you concerned I'm going to lose money? Or whatever those concerns are, and then address them with your executive manager can help you answer those questions. So you can, but there are cases I've seen over the years where the husband doesn't want you to make a lot of money. I've seen it, and what do you do about that, right? I don't know.
Mandy said, don't take him to Cap Cana. Well, I think this is a good time. Ryan, do you want to share like how you got on board and how you what you felt at the beginning and then how things changed?
Yeah, it's well, I just want to talk to what Brian said. Like I'm one of those people that more money is more money. I don't care where it's coming from. So I'll take it wherever I can get it. But and to that question of what if your husband's not on board? You can't make them, right? I mean, that's not anything you can do, and you got to do it for yourself. And you can't do it for pleasing other people. You got to do it because you want it. For me, I started off being hesitant. I think it's just a natural aversion. I have a natural aversion to accepting things right away. That's just something I'm working on myself. But I never said no. I never detracted her. Oh, coming over here. Can you hear me better? Cool. So for me, it started off as, okay, she's got a hobby. It's a break-even hobby. She's not necessarily, making all that much money. She's not losing any money, but she's got some things to fill up her time. And she had, graciously given up a job that she loved to take care of our children. And so acknowledging, that she took a lot of big steps in her life, all I could do is support her. And so, as time progressed, it started to kind of gain that momentum and gain momentum in number of people and doing shows. And along the way, she started her own business in there and just a lot of growth. And I mean, it's not easy. It is not easy, right? Like as a guy, I want, for all the husbands out there or supporting partners out there, I'll acknowledge it is not always easy. It is not always going to be easy, both from my own emotions and what I had to deal with on my end, but also watching her and what she had to deal with and grow. And there's pain in there, right? Sales is rejection. I'm in sales myself. And so sales is a lot of that. There can be rejection there, and that's tough to deal with, and it can trigger a lot of emotions on everybody. But as time has gone on, seeing the growth with her and seeing what she's been able to do, and show up and really help people. It's been really awesome to watch. And then of course, yeah, the money's that's a fun byproduct.
In Jamaica.
And Jamaica. And we're going to Cap Cana. There's no way we're not, so all of the, it's definitely fun to be a part of it. It's funny when you were pulling up the slide, Brian, of all of the things that guys can do. She's like, "Are you taking notes?" And I was like, "What do you mean? I'm already."
He already does. I was joking.
But yeah, and there's different ways that we can show up. And so it can be taking care of the kids. It can be being a sounding board, letting them vent their frustrations or whatever's going on in their life. And there's going to be those times where it's that. We're sharing the successes too. Like, hey, you closed that, you sponsored 3 people this week. Let's go, let's go out to dinner and celebrate it, right? And being able to jump on the celebration bandwagon as well as being sometimes the punching bag, because that's just gonna, sometimes we got to do that.
Doesn't happen that often, right?
It happens. It doesn't happen that often, but it does happen. But yeah, I think just being able to show up. Oh, I see Ellie. Being able to just show up and be there for them, and that's the biggest thing.
And I remember times just like you loading the car for a home show, or like fixing the internet when the internet goes down before a Zoom party, or like this morning you scraped your leg and you immediately took a picture and put aloe on it. Like, husbands can support just by doing that kind of stuff too, and just being like, yeah, go have fun for a little bit, or yeah, I think the encouragement piece of that slideshow was probably the foundation for all of it. But sometimes it takes going on the free vacation, or, seeing the bigger paycheck for them to really get on board. I know for Ryan, he was like, have fun with your hobby, but also like, remember why we started. And that was to be a stay-at-home mom and to spend time with our kids. And so we don't work around the clock. We make sure we remember why we started, which was to have more of a work-life harmony. Balance is kind of a facade, but work-life harmony, and still get to enjoy all that stuff too.
Well, and I also thought about this quite a bit, especially in leading up to this call today. In a lot of ways, I would say that this business is more fair than my own business. And I work for a large tech company, a name that's in, a lot of places, no multi-level marketing, right? Like, it's not a direct sales. It's got a lot of middlemen in it. But if I sit there and think about it, we work with resellers, consultants that go out and sell our product. We have a commission structure, a commission plan. We have in a way, profit sharing plan, right? That comes from, for us, it's stock purchases, right? And so like, we have the same mechanisms as LeBri does. It just looks a little different in the corporate world, and different doesn't mean worse or better. It's just different. That's just how the businesses were set up. But if I look at it objectively, like the percentage and kind of the profit sharing plan, if you will, that LeBri offers is a lot more fair than like what I even get. So
really generous.
Yeah, it is. And so you got to think of it from the business aspect too. For me, like, I conceptualize the business aspect, and it's there. Like, it's not scammy. It is an opportunity to put work in and get out of it what you put in, and that's all you can really ask for.
Ryan and Lynn Regal had a lot of good conversations in Jamaica. They're like, wow, this is so fun to talk about sales and business.
Also want to acknowledge that 2 Ryans and a Brian on here. Pretty cool.
2 Ryans and a Brian. And I know off the top of my head, there's 3 more other Ryan spouses on the team. Yeah.
There.
Well, if
right.
Brian, do you have time for a few more questions from other consultants?
Sure.
All right. If you've got a question, I'm going to let you unmute and just go for it. Jump in.
You can ask me anything about anything.
LeBro tells all.
Well,
Hey, sorry. Go ahead, Brandy.
I'll go ahead and speak up. Thank you, Brian, for doing this call for us. It is definitely going to help all of us in different ways, so I appreciate this. I have 3 questions, and I'll make them real quick. Going back to Amber, I have the specific one here. Going back to Amber's check you had shown us, and well aware this is totally doable, but you have to make it happen yourself. Do we know how many active consultants she may have had making that check right there? Helping her on her volume?
I don't know off the top of my head, but I could look it up. So remember the 10% rule. To make $12,000 in a month, you would need to have
120.
$120,000 approximately, okay? $120,000 in sales, okay? And then if you take the average consultant sales, okay, like when you look in the newsletter, you'll see, you know, the $5,000 club, the $3,000, and so on and so on. And you guys you could look at your own business, and Melissa could look at her business and say, I have X amount of people, and my total volume is X, right? What's the average consultant sale, right? Because you got some that do 0, you got some that do 1,000, and you got a whole bunch in between. And so if you average it out, in my research and my history, what I've seen, it averages out to maybe $200 or $300 a month. Okay. Again, some are doing 0, some are doing 50, some are doing 1,000, and everything in between. So remember what I said, it's all about the volume. Okay. In her case, 120,000 a month, or 30,000 a month, or 50,000. And so how do you get volume? It's all about sponsoring. It's the only way, because you can only sell so much. So you're going to sell X, you're going to sponsor, and you're going to sponsor, and you're going to help your other sponsor, and that whole thing is all volume to get you to your whatever that number is that you're looking for. Because the facts are, it's really the $36 billion that direct selling does in the country is done mostly by people doing a little bit. Okay, and that's fine. I mean, Melissa could tell you stories, and you guys probably have it. You have consultants that love their LeBri gig. They just do a couple $100 a month. They're having fun. They're getting a discount. Everybody's happy. Couple customers. It's a great thing. But there's going to be those that want to work harder and do more and have big goals. And so we love all of our LeBri consultants at every level, but it's all about the volume.
Awesome. Thank you. You answered all of them in one.
You're welcome.
Perfect. Who else was it that unmuted at the same time as Brandy? I didn't see. It'll be your turn, whoever it was.
It was me, Allison.
Okay, go ahead.
Hi, Brian. Thanks for taking the time. So I'm sure everyone has this question too, is how do we get LeBros on board? They always tell me, I don't need to wash my face. Even my husband won't even wash his face, and he uses like Dove soap. And I'm excited that I won't wrinkle as quickly. I'll be like less wrinkly than him eventually, but I just can't get any bros on board to wash their face.
Okay. Well,
If that makes
you'd
any
want
sense.
to give them some samples and say, just try this, okay, honey, just try this in the shower tonight. Guys I would start with, of course, aloe jelly or super aloe, okay? Mm-hmm. Who doesn't have an ache and a pain once in a while? That's a way to get them, okay, right? The arm hurts, the shoulder hurts. I don't care how young or old you are. Usually it hurts something once in a while. So super aloe is a good one. It could be a sample. Washing your deep pore cleanser and face scrub in the shower. Just use this. Try it. Okay. Okay.
I just replaced everything in the bathroom. I'm the one that did the shopping, so.
See, my husband does the shopping, so I put like all body wash LeBri in, and he went out and bought his own soap. I'm like, maybe I'll take his keys away, and he can't go anywhere.
It might take a little bit. I mean, your shower door, you probably heard this from Linda already, but if you have a clear shower door, you see all that junk white stuff that builds up on that, or or in the shower. I mean, that's all building up on your skin. I get it. I worked in a factory for years, and I've hung out with manly men, construction guys. I don't need that and whatever. And they don't. But we have a better product, the whole oil and wax thing. And yeah, it could be a hard sell for some guys. But Super Aloe, use the deep pore cleanser and the face scrub in the shower.
Okay.
Aloe jelly once in a while.
Yeah, I'll definitely, because I want to start getting more LeBros on board. Just not just my husband, but other spouses and, people that are already customers of mine to get other people. So that's a good idea. Thank you so much.
And I can tell you today more than ever. So I've been in this now for 40 years, okay, in this type of business model with skincare, cosmetics, et cetera, and I read all the articles and the trade groups and all this, but men are more and more and more taking care of their skin than ever before. Probably some of them you're not going to get. Oh, well, right? But more than ever before, they are. I mean, guys are going and getting facelifts and getting permanent makeup on and, taking care of skin and moisturizing. Because I know guys, once you get hooked on the cleansing and at least moisturizing, then it's like you wash your face with soap once, it's like the whole thing is tight and funky and weird. But it might take a little bit to get them to use it a few times.
Yep. No, that's a great idea. I'll do it.
They're such creatures of habit, right? I mean, we all are. I think humans are, but guys especially. And you have to create that, you have to just create that connection to LeBri does something good. Aloe jelly is probably, for me, was the low-hanging fruit that got me onto it, because all I had to do is get sunburned one time and put that on there and not peel and feel disgusting and hurt. So, I mean, I guess one thing you could do is make him go do yard work and lock the doors behind him. And, cut a nick, a bruise, or, whatever, go throw that aloe jelly on and start there.
Yeah, and he's starting to, he has really bad allergies. And so he's like, hey, you got that green stuff, that I can put on my eyes? I'm like, yeah, of course. When he asked me, I kind of have a mini heart attack. Whoa, did he just really ask me? But this is good. This is a good step in the right direction.
Sometimes quickly, sometimes slowly. It'll happen.
The seed is planted.
Yeah. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yep.
I think do we have time for one or two more questions, Brian?
Sure.
Okay.
You can ask me anything about anything. I know I said that already, but it doesn't have to be marketing plan or money.
Monica's ready.
I have a question. My question is, how would you suggest the best way to meet more people? Is there anything outside of parties? Because with my parties, I usually meet about 5 new people that way, but I'm wanting to know if there's something else outside of parties, like networking groups or, things like that you could suggest for meeting new people who might want to try LeBri.
Yes. Some of this is going to be a little uncomfortable for you, though. And that's what you have to do, is you have to get out of your comfort zone. You have to read the book, Go for No. Go for No. There's a book called Go for No. Maybe maybe Melissa's got one. She could give it to you or whatever, or I don't know, it's $7, $8, $9. But you got to go for more no's. I know that sounds a little weird, but and you have to become the weird LeBri lady. Oh, there's the weird LeBri lady. All she talks about is LeBri. And so what I mean by that is everywhere you go and everyone you meet and see, you're talking LeBri. I mean, maybe you give them a peel sample, right? You're meeting a person at the grocery store, the bank, wherever, the waitress, wherever. You're just mentioning LeBri. Oh, have you heard of LeBri? No. Well, let me tell you about it. Can I offer you a sample? And Melissa's real good at sampling and following up. And yeah, you don't want to go out there and just hand out samples, give to everybody, because they may not use it. So there's systems in place, but you're at least asking everybody. You're asking everybody, and you're telling everybody about LeBri, the products. I mean, we have I still sell products, quite a bit of products actually, wherever I am, because I tell people about it, right? But we all can offer someone a more natural product than most products on the market, because most women are using something, and it probably will save them some money. So how would you like to hear about or try a product that is more natural than most, healthier than most, and less expensive than most? Wouldn't you want to give it a try? At least try the sample. So, but you're going to get more no's. The most successful LeBri consultants get more no's than the others. Just got to get over it. I mean, it's hard. Rejection is hard, but once you get over that hump, then you don't care. Well, fine, whatever. You're not. So she said no to me. Big deal. Next, but ask and tell everybody.
And then when they say no, ask them who they know that you can talk to. Everybody knows 5 people. Elaine said she had a super quick question. And then I have one more question at the end too. And it's about Espanol.
Hello, Brian.
Hello.
My question is, you said we can ask anything, so.
Oh, yeah. I didn't say I was going to answer everything.
I know, but I'm going to at least be cheeky and try to get you to answer something, because I'm the cheeky one of the group.
Good.
I would like to know if you've got any hints for what new products we've got coming up, please.
Any what? Your beautiful accent. I missed it. What was that again?
Any hints for the new products that we might be having coming up?
Sure, I do. It's going to be a personal care product. It's going to be in the body care, face care category. It's going to be maybe a little colorful product. It's going to be affordable in today's economy. Okay, I answered you.
But wait, is it going to have aloe in it?
Oh, yes, yes.
Well, thank you. You answered all my questions.
You're welcome. It's going to be fun and exciting.
Y'all are
Can't
good
wait.
keepers, and y'all are so generous to everybody. And I mean, every time something new comes out in LeBri, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's getting better. Oh my gosh, how can it get any better? How can it get any better? And then it just keeps getting better and better.
I know.
Speaking of better and better, we've been, maybe not a lot of us, but some of us have been asking for Spanish. You know, the aloe's grown on the border, and we're in 38 states, this team, but a lot of us are in California, Texas, Arizona, New Mexico, and several of the women on this call today are building teams, and they're translating everything themselves. And they want to know, like, can there even be one resource, like a catalog that they can, you know, flip through and go, okay, I can translate that word to that word. They're doing their lives in Spanish. I'm so proud of them. They're making images. They're putting all of it. So this is me kind of just asking again in a bigger way. Español, por favor, please.
So one of the things that some of you may not know about LeBri and us at home office is we're always going to be honest with you. Okay? We're not going to play games or anything like that. So we've heard that for a number of years. And to be honest with you, we're not big enough yet, because what we have to do, and I've learned this from other experts in our industry, because once you go down the path of having things in Spanish, you have to pretty much get everything. You have to get customer service in Spanish. People are Spanish speaking, bilingual, of course. Catalog, flyers, website, shopping carts. It's a really, really, really big project, and we're not big enough yet. So it's kind of like, hey, what about Canada? Can't you go into Canada? Right? It's a whole nother market. And it's the same story, is there's so much regulation and taxes, and and I'm telling you more than you wanted to know, but it's so involved that we'll have to grow into that. And so and I don't even want to give you a date, okay? Like, wouldn't it be nice if I could say, oh, in a year and a half we could have stuff in Spanish? But I can't commit to that yet. We're so engaged with, like we had the skin advisor, and then we did the dollar promotion, and we did the changing the show qualifications and whatever, X, Y, Z, all these things. Well, we've got another 5, 6, 7 of them that are going to happen over the next year. A few of them in the next month, and the next month, and the next month. Different exciting tools and programs and unique things, and it just doesn't fit in right now. I know. I'm just being honest with you. I get it. I understand it. Okay. Maria Burgos speaks Spanish. For those of you, I don't know if you know her, but she's from Puerto Rico, and so she has quite a big Hispanic following. And she does some things. I don't know what the things are, but she does some things to help them. So, yeah, we don't have the perfect setup for a lot of Hispanics that don't speak English.
Well, that you just gave me an idea, Brian. Thank you for being honest. I don't even know why I forgot about Maria. She's been in LeBry for close to 2 decades. Maybe we can work with Lori and make a little Facebook group, or because what we don't want to be doing is recreating the wheel. We want to be duplicatable. So we'll find a way. We're resilient and we love LeBry, so we can't help but share it. And thank you for being honest with us. I'm excited to see what new exciting things are happening soon. I know you won't give us any more hints. We could try, but we'd be spending our time. LeBry is growing so fast. This team was less than 100 a year ago today, and now I think we broke 500 today or yesterday. We're really close. So
wow, congratulations. Yeah, you're all a rock star, and of course Melissa's just knocking it out of the park and is a huge rock star, and everybody's proud and excited and happy for you, and the sky's the limit. I mean, you're just going to keep on growing. Ryan's going to probably quit his job in a couple years.
I've always been about early retirement, so not opposed to that idea.
You can hang out with Gina's husband. There you go. We'll go get a lake house next to Gina Legalvo. Well, thank you, Brian. I know we're a little bit over time today, but again, I just want to say thank you. I want to say thank you to everybody that scheduled their time to be here. And I feel like we kind of got the special treatment today a little bit. We have the Brian on our Zoom. I mean, we're honored and we're grateful, and we cannot wait to see what LeBry is going to do next.
All right. Well, you're very welcome. My pleasure. It was fun. I'm happy to share all this great information, and you guys just keep doing what you're doing. You'll keep on growing.
Thank you, Brian.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you. All right. And Brian, I will